Hey, and welcome to Board of Life News for October 5th. Today I'm going to talk about the T-Dragon Society card game, Indian Summer, Dream On, and the Kickstarter for Spy Club. Let's get to it. Hey, I'm Chris. Welcome to Board of Life News. Last week I released my top 10 most anticipated games coming out at Essen 2017 list, so if you're either going to be at Essen or just kind of interested in all the new games that are going to be coming out, you should definitely check that out. There's a link to it in the show notes below. Also, I am going to be at Essen on just Thursday and Friday, not the whole weekend, promoting my new game Favelas, as well as just seeing Essen. I've never been there before, so I'm very excited. So if you're going to be at Essen and you see me, please stop me and say hi. I love meeting all of you. And yeah, I will be doing some sort of Essen recap when I get back. I'm not sure what that's going to be, but we'll see. Okay, on to the news. Renegade Game Studios just announced that they'll be releasing the T-Dragon Society card game. This is based on the T-Dragon Society graphic novel by Katie O'Neill. This is I think the second time they're pairing with Oni Press. Renegade recently did Scott Pilgrim's precious little card game, which was an Oni Press release, so it seems like they're building a relationship there. I don't know anything about the graphic novel, and there's not any information on the actual gameplay mechanics yet, but trust it to say that, I don't know, trust it to say, that's just a nothing thing I just said, but you'll be spending a relaxing evening with tea dragons, which I guess tea dragons in this world are like little cute dragons that you hang out with you while you have tea. I don't know. I don't know anything about this. It's got gorgeous artwork though. It's expected spring 2018. Stronghold Games announced that they'll be bringing Indian Summer, the new game by Uwe Rosenberg, over. Indian Summer is a follow-up to last year's Cottage Garden, also by Uwe Rosenberg, but it is geared towards more experienced gamers, it says. So I don't know what that means. It also says that this is part of a trilogy, so I guess this is the second game in these polyomino tile laying trilogy, I guess. I love Uwe Rosenberg, and I love polyomino tile laying. I think that Patchwork was great by him. I think that A Feast for Odin on the other side of the scale was great, all using polyomino tiles. But last year I was super excited about Cottage Garden, and it kind of fell flat for me. I played it a whole bunch, and it just never, it was very close. I thought I liked it at first, but the more I played it, I realized I really didn't like it very much. And Baron Park came out this year, and Baron Park is about the same weight game, same sort of polyomino tiles, and I think a far superior game to Cottage Garden, so that sort of replaced that. So now I don't know how many four-player kind of lightweight Euro tile-laying polyomino games I need to own. I'll definitely check out Indian Summer, but I'm a little bit hesitant just because Cottage Garden didn't really click on all cylinders for me. But I'm excited to give it a try. It's planned for January 2018. Simon Games announced Dream On. This is a cooperative storytelling party game where basically everybody is taking part in a shared dream, and you get cards that'll have an illustration of a dragon on them, and then you have to explain how that took place in your dream. But then at the end of the night, I guess, or when you wake up, you have to recall your dream, so everybody has to recall what happened together. So that's fun, I guess. It doesn't seem like anything innovative in kind of the storytelling party game thing, but it fits 2 to 8 players, which is a huge range, which is cool. And yeah, I think you score points collectively as a group for the cooperative thing, so it's one of those point-based cooperative games, which is fine, but I usually like having a win or a loss as opposed to we did 18 this game, like Hanabi does. But anyways, it's got great artwork. Obviously it's Simon Games. They do a great job. So if you're interested in that, keep an eye out for that. This week's Kickstarter is for Spy Club from Foxtrot Games. Spy Club is a simple cooperative game where you play neighborhood kids trying to solve a mystery, like Scooby-Doo, or kind of like any of those Harriet the Spy or Hardy Boys or any of that kind of stuff. I got to play a prototype of this, so I only played kind of the base mechanics of it, and it was really good. I liked it a lot. And since then, they've added 40 different gameplay modules that all combine where you play with 5 of them, and that creates a campaign. So campaigns, if you want kind of more legacy style thing in this game, are 5 games back to back. The games are pretty quick, about 30 minutes, that tell a larger story. And since you've got 40 different gameplay modules, and I think they come out at different orders, I'm not positive about that, but there's tons of different kind of storytelling gameplay present in this game, which is pretty cool. Also, it's a non-destructive legacy game in that you can reset all the modules, and you're supposed to reset all the modules, so it's a really cool idea. The artwork's awesome. I love the theme, so I'm definitely excited about this one. It is $39 right now on Kickstarter, so if you're interested, go back that. Alright, that's the news for this week. Thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to this page. Make sure you follow me on social media. I'm at Chris Bryan Games on Instagram and Twitter. And make sure you check out my Patreon if you like what I do, because that's how I'm able to do this. So, yeah. I will be back next week with the news, but I think the following week I will be at Essen or in Europe traveling around, so I'll miss that, so just so you know. This week's question comes from @Jalis322 via Twitter, and they say, thoughts on the buying online versus friendly local game store debate. I think Tom Vassell in his Board Game Breakfast had some thought about local games. I don't know, I didn't watch that part of it, and I just kind of saw rumblings online of people getting whatever about it. So I don't know what that debate is going on right now, so this is not, I'm not commenting on that at all, because I literally can't, I literally don't know what it is, and I don't care. But I will talk about buying online versus friendly local game stores. I do both. I actually probably do about 30% buying online, 30% friendly local game store, and 30% direct from direct from the company at conventions or whatever. And I sometimes base that on, I usually am more inclined to buy direct from a company if it is a small independent publisher, because that gives them more money. And they generally need that more, where they don't have as many distribution deals, they don't have all that kind of stuff. So at conventions, I often prioritize buying from smaller publishers, and often it's harder to find their games. Game stores, I have like a threshold of an amount of money that I generally am going to spend there. Like, if buying a game online that is MSRP of $70, but I can get it for $50 online, I'm going to buy it online because it saves me $20. Now, a game like Dice Forge that's $40 MSRP, but then is like $32 online, I'll buy it from a game store because it only saves me $8. And anything that's like $20 or under, I buy at a game store generally. Also, whenever I I visit game stores whenever I travel, I always buy something from them. And, you know, it'll be a $10 card game or just a little something. I don't have any problem buying online. I buy all my big purchases online. But we need to support game stores if we want game stores, and I want game stores. I know that board games generally aren't how those places are supported. They're either board game cafes, and they have a bunch of other revenue streams beyond just board games, or they for Magic the Gathering, basically. Which I totally get. That's the, you know, that's the only way that a lot of these stores can stay in business. So, yeah, I mean, I buy from the game store when it's not saving me a huge amount of money. I buy online when it is saving me a huge amount of money. I like my game store a lot. I want to support them. I don't have any problem with people that go, if you don't go to game stores and you don't use game stores, I think they still benefit the community and benefit you, you know, in one step removed, because they're introducing people to the hobby. They're a face for the hobby. They're a lot of people's first experience with the hobby. So, you know, but that's not your responsibility if you just want to play games. It's, you know, you don't have to go be some sort of, like, you know, profit for this hobby. If you just care about playing games, that's not a requirement. It's cool if you are, but whatever. So yeah, I do all of them. I do all of them about equally. The main reason I will buy a game online versus a store is the amount of money it will save me. I'm not super concerned with like $5 to $10 in savings, but I am if it's past that point. Yeah, so good question, and thanks for it, and I will see you next week.